If your pee looks darker, you're likely... Did you know that about half of US adults are chronically underhydrated? This doesn't mean they're dying of thirst, but their brains and bodies aren't performing at their 100%. What's even more interesting is that this often isn't due to a lack of water, but a lack of habit. In other words, we're simply forgetting to drink water, and over time, the consequences can become more serious. One of my close friends told me this story, and see if this sounds like you. 4 of them were driving to another city. It was a long drive, and at some point during the trip, they all suddenly started to feel sick and exhausted. That's when my friend Nora offered them some water from the bottle I had gifted her for her birthday. And almost immediately, magically, they started to feel better. They were like, "Oh, we were just dehydrated." All of their symptoms disappeared. With this glass bottle, I was able to drink this much of water every day for a whole year. And I noticed some real differences. Today, I want to share some of my best tips for not forgetting to drink water, along with a few common mistakes to make sure to avoid when drinking water. Before I share the best tips, here's what I noticed after I started drinking more water consistently. My skin tone has noticeably brightened. My digestion improved. No more constipation. So I feel lighter, and it seems to help with weight loss as well. I've noticed that when I drink lemon water regularly, my cravings for sugary snacks almost disappear. It turns out I was just thirsty, not hungry. 1. Add a lemon slice. If you want to drink water regularly, make it something you enjoy drinking. One of the main reasons I didn't drink enough water before was I simply didn't like the taste of plain water. I mean, it literally has no taste, at least for me. And the game-changing solution was this: adding a slice of lemon. Since I started drinking lemon water, I've been able to enjoy drinking water simply because it tastes better. I naturally found myself drinking this much every day. If you're curious about how I prepare my lemon slices, I'll leave the link in the description. 2-liter myth. Now, some of you might be wondering, why 1.2 liters a day? Because you may have heard that the usual recommendation amount is 2 liters a day. And while I don't disagree with that, there's some very important factors to consider. We're all different. Our body weight is different. The climate we live in is different. How much exercise we do varies. And even our body types are different. Another important thing to consider is this. When you hear recommendations like 2 liters or in some posts, a gallon of water per day, that actually includes all your fluid intake, like tea, coffee, in my case, matcha, and even the water content in fruits and vegetables. So you don't have to feel pressure to drink that exact amount of plain water every day, though staying consistently hydrated is still a must. In my case, my work doesn't involve much physical activity, so I don't sweat a lot, and my body type also tends to sweat less, even in the summer. I live on the west side of Canada, where it's a bit dry, but not extremely hot even during summer. All of these factors influence how much water you actually need to drink each day. So your question might be, then how do we calculate how much water you drink a day? Well, the truth is, there's no way to account for all those variables perfectly, but there is a way. The best way to check is by looking at your urine color. If your pee looks like this, almost completely clear like plain water, you're likely overhydrated. You might be flushing out too many electrolytes, so try drinking a little less water at once, and instead spread your intake throughout the day, but not close to your bedtime. If your pee looks darker like this apple juice, you're likely dehydrated. In that case, I recommend drinking more water regularly. And if your pee is a light pale yellow like this lemonade, not perfectly clear but not too dark either, you're likely well hydrated and maintaining a good balance of electrolytes. You're doing great, keep it up. Adjust your water intake to reach this color by paying attention to it and building the habit of drinking water accordingly. 2. Use a straw. Drinking lemon water has many benefits. Helps you drink more water, provides vitamin C, supports digestion, helps freshen your breath. However, there is one small catch, and that is enamel erosion. Lemons are acidic, so if you sip lemon water all day, every day, that acid can slowly wear down your tooth enamel. So what you can do is rinse your mouth with plain water afterward, or even just let your saliva do its job. But another great solution for this issue is to drink it through a straw. And actually, this is another small tweak that helped me drink water more consistently as well. Call me lazy, but when I used to use a water bottle with a cap, I didn't drink nearly as much as I do now. Once I switched to a water bottle with a straw, it felt like that little obstacle was gone. So prepare your water in your favorite bottle, preferably one with a straw, and keep it on your desk or carry it with you wherever you go. It can truly change your habit of drinking water because you're no longer holding back just because it feels like too much effort to get up and grab a drink. 3. Make it visible. This is the last point, but it's so important you can't overlook. As you may have noticed, the water bottle I use here is transparent. That was an absolute game changer for me. I actually gifted the same one to my husband, and he said that until he could see how much water he was drinking, he didn't realize how little he was actually having. Life can get busy, even hectic, and it's not easy to keep track of how many cups of water you drink in a day. So having your own water bottle is a really helpful idea, rather than relying on cups to track your intake. And when you choose one, I recommend getting a bottle that's transparent or easy to track, so you can clearly see how much you're drinking throughout the day. Things to be careful about when drinking water. 1. It's better to drink small amounts of water more frequently rather than drinking a large amount all at once. Drinking too much water in one go doesn't hydrate your body as efficiently, and in some cases, excessive intake can dilute your blood sodium levels to dangerously low levels, a condition called hyponatremia, which in rare cases can be dangerous. Watch out for symptoms like dizziness or lightheadedness. Did you know that if you drink small amounts of water more frequently, you may not need to go to the washroom as often? That's because drinking too much all at once can trigger your body to flush it out quickly, rather than allowing it to absorb by your cells. 2. It's also helpful to build a habit of drinking water before you feel very thirsty. Thirst is already a sign that your body is becoming dehydrated, and even mild dehydration can affect your energy, focus, and overall performance. 3. While tea and coffee do count towards your total fluid intake, it's still important to drink plain water. For example, too much caffeine can have a mild diuretic effect, which may contribute to fluid loss if consumed too much. 4. And lastly, make sure to drink water as soon as you wake up because your body has been without water all night and needs to rehydrate. That's all for today. I hope what I shared in today's video inspires you and helps you build the habit of drinking water regularly. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!